Self-harm is a silent epidemic. We tend to picture it as cuts and bruises, things that leave marks on the skin. But sometimes the most hurtful wounds aren't physical. They're habits we convince ourselves are normal. Habits that numb the pain, postpone the healing. Skipping meals, overworking, hooking up with strangers, drinking to forget or drowning in food to silence emotions. You might look fine on the outside, but inside you're hurting. This video isn't here to judge. It's here to help you recognize these hidden self-destructive behaviors. Because awareness is the first step to breaking the cycle. And remember, healing is possible. You're not too far gone. If you see yourself in these habits, don't despair. You're not alone. You're taking a brave step by recognizing these patterns. So stick around, let's talk about it, and let's support each other through it. Number 1, binge eating. When food becomes a distraction, think about this. How often do we eat because we're actually hungry? How often do we eat to avoid those complicated feelings that life throws our way, like stress, sadness, or loneliness? But here's the thing. Emotional eating doesn't fill the void. It creates another problem: guilt. After scarfing down that entire bag of sweets, how many of us have felt nothing but shame and emptiness afterwards? That feeling of having no control over our actions is disheartening. And the worst part? Binge eating is often triggered by those same emotions that we're trying to escape. It's a vicious cycle. The more we try to drown out our feelings, the louder they get, leading us to eat even more. But remember, you are not your emotions. You're the one in control. So the next time you feel the urge to binge eat, pause for a moment, close your eyes, and ask yourself, am I reaching out for food because I genuinely want to nourish my body, or am I trying to silence the noise in my mind? Take a deep breath and honor your true needs. No, 2, not eating. When pain steals your appetite, ever reached for a meal and just pushed it away? It happens. Sometimes the pain in our lives is so intense that it steals our appetite. Maybe you've lost a loved one, experienced a major setback, or are dealing with a health issue. Grief, fear, or worry can turn daily tasks into burdens and eating into an unnecessary distraction. When we lose interest in food, it's a sign that something deeper is hurting us. Our bodies still need fuel to keep going, though, even if it's hard to stomach the thought of a full meal. A small snack, a smoothie, or a piece of fruit can make a difference. It's a way of saying to your body, I may not be able to take care of the pain right now, but I won't abandon you either. When you don't eat, your body goes into survival mode. Your immune system weakens, your energy plummets, and you age faster. But even tiny steps count. So if getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain, just open the window, breathe in the fresh air, and enjoy a small bite. Honor your body, respect your feelings, and allow yourself to grieve without judgment. No. 3, entertaining negative thoughts. I'll never be enough. I always mess things up. No one cares. How often do we repeat these thoughts without realizing the harm they cause? They become self-fulfilling prophecies. These negative thoughts aren't just random clouds passing by. They're weeds that choke the garden of our minds. When we let them grow unchecked, they take root in our hearts and turn into wounds that fester. They distort our self-image, whispering lies that erode our self-worth. As we internalize these messages, they morph into self-harm. Start to believe that being unhappy is our true identity. But here's the truth. You're more than your negative thoughts. Don't let them define you. Challenge them. Say out loud, I've failed before, but I got back up. I can do it again. I'm stronger than my negative thoughts. This might sound cheesy, but it works. By speaking these affirmations, you're creating new neural pathways in your brain. Kind of like pruning those weeds and planting flowers instead. Your thoughts shape your reality. Choose to plant seeds of hope and watch your garden of self-worth bloom again. No. For overworking. When productivity becomes an escape, are you someone who constantly feels the need to be productive? Do you find yourself working long hours, sacrificing meals, and burning the midnight oil to achieve your goals? While ambition is a powerful motivator, it can become a destructive habit if it's used as a way to escape our feelings. Working around the clock allows us to put off facing our grief, fear, or emptiness. But here's the thing. Emotions don't disappear when we ignore them. They resurface in unhealthy ways, whether it's burnout, anxiety, or strained relationships. Our feelings are valid and important. They're trying to tell us something. So the next time you feel the urge to overwork, ask yourself, is this drive coming from a genuine desire to excel, or am I running away from something? Remember, rest isn't a reward you earn. It's a necessity you deserve. Rest isn't a luxury reserved for those who've achieved their goals. It's a fundamental aspect of human existence. No. 5. Risky sexual behavior. Let's talk about a habit that might seem like a harmless way to seek comfort, but can often lead to pain and distress. Risky sexual behavior. It's not uncommon for people to turn to casual hookups to fill the void left by emotional scars. In a moment of weakness, we might convince ourselves that physical gratification will numb the emotional wounds we're trying to hide. But the truth is, sex is more than just a physical act. It's a deeply intimate experience that involves vulnerability, trust, and connection. When we engage in meaningless hookups, we're essentially using our bodies as a way to escape our feelings. We might feel a sense of temporary relief or pleasure, but it's like trying to extinguish a fire with gasoline. It only ends up making things worse. Remember, your body is not a punishment, and you're not just a vessel for someone else's needs. You deserve love, intimacy, and safety, especially from yourself. The next time you feel the urge to use sex as a coping mechanism, pause and reflect on your motivations. Ask yourself, am I truly connecting with someone, or am I just trying to escape my pain? No. 6. Using substances to cope. Have you ever found yourself reaching for a drink to soothe your worries or ease your pain? Many of us turn to alcohol as a way to escape from the weight of our emotions. We might think that a couple of drinks will help us relax and forget our problems, but in reality, we're only adding more complications to our lives. Drinking becomes a crutch. We rely on alcohol to help us function, to make us feel normal. But the truth is, alcohol doesn't solve our problems. It only numbs us temporarily. Then comes the morning after, when we wake up feeling even worse, both physically and emotionally. You don't need alcohol to get through the day. What you need is real care, steady and dependable care. It might be hard to see in the moment, but healing is possible. When you stop using substances to cope, you're taking a giant step towards that healing. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. As we come to the end of this journey, let's take a moment to acknowledge the strength it takes to confront these difficult topics. You've shown incredible courage by staying with us until the end. Remember, if you've seen yourself in any of these habits, you're not broken. You're just coping the only way you knew how. But now you know more. That means you can choose better. Not all at once, just one step, and then another. Healing is a process, not a destination. Celebrate every small victory and be patient with yourself. You deserve it. Thank you for watching and being a part of this community. If you've made it this far, leave a comment below. Let us know your story or what you've learned. And if this video helped you, share it with someone who might need it. Together, we can break the stigma and help others find the support they need.